Who's always watching the road, aching for your return? Who empties your pocket of every coin? Shopaholics aren't a modern invention. Seeking out bargains has been a Chinese tradition for thousands of years. From street stalls to global companies, our obsession with shopping hasn't just transformed lives, it's reshaped the world. In stores and markets, the beauty of everyday life unfolds in countless, wondrous ways. Street vendors first emerged some 1,300 years ago in the Tang Dynasty, yet the true boom times came during the Song Dynasty. The peddlers, painted by Li Bian, who founded the Southern Tang Dynasty in 937, depicts 4 food sellers resting under a tree. They are sampling their own supplies after a busy day of hawking drinks. This is believed to be China's oldest surviving painting of street vendors. Before the start of the Song Dynasty in 960, all shopping in Chang'an, the capital of the Tang Dynasty, was done in its 2 approved commercial zones, East Market and West Market. This is why the Chinese phrase for shopping is by east-west. Then came peddlers, the market disruptors of their day. With their door-to-door service and street-level convenience, they were ancient China's equivalent of Amazon Prime. And don't think influencer marketing is new either. They were the masters of selling. Pots, pans, needles, and thread, these were the fabric of daily life. Oil, salt, sauce, vinegar, sweets, and toys were the flavor. Thorn hairpins, hemp skirts, face powder, and rouge covered the passing of years. And pills, powders, pastes, and pellets were life supplements. Shandong yellow rice wine? This peddler's traveled a long way. Just how much can he carry on one flimsy pole? The painter Li Song depicted this peddler's pack loaded with 300 items. Because when it comes to street vending, the more stock, the better. 12 carefully arranged layers carried every daily necessity imaginable.
来，卖货了，卖货了！买东西的来这边。
这是什么玩意？干啥用的呢？哦，你这里的货品还挺多的哈。你身上怎么有耳朵又有眼睛啊？这么多？
哎，鲍老爷，小德的副业是卖眼药，还有捉耳虫。
这是什么玩意？
这是一个玩具，叫做噗噗灯。我来为老爷演示一遍。
哦，挺有意思的哈。
要不给府中小孩带一个去？
好啊，好啊，好啊，好。
For centuries, peddlers traversed China's vast landscapes shouldering poles laden with not only goods, but also information. These multitaskers of imperial China served as couriers, scribes, and even vets. Through the changing seasons, their baskets carried both practical wares and small comforts. These humble traders sustained the country's social fabric, quietly connecting the empire's far-flung communities. Live streamers today often rely on their talents in performance, but ancient peddlers had to master many skills. You could say that live commerce began in China over 1,000 years ago. In the painting acrobats and children, A street vendor is depicted as a one-man band, decked out with gongs and drums, belting out regional tunes. The trusty rattle drum was the peddler's signature tool. Once a ritual instrument, this drum became a way for street sellers to create catchy jingles, long before the concept of advertising existed. Back then, no show meant no dough. Their melodic hawking, known as Chiang Mai in the song era, turned selling goods into street theater.
为什么在宋代会出现这么多的货郎图呢？一个重要的原因就是因为宋朝商品经济很发达，而货郎他们成为商品交换的一座桥梁。
你咋长得跟我一样嘞？
都是货郎，能不一样吗？
这你行了啊！
As life hummed along, ordinary yet vibrant, the peddlers' trading networks were building towards something revolutionary.
卖货，卖货！哎，来，这边。
As the scroll unfurls, one morning from over 900 years ago returns to life. Sunlight spills onto the Bienha River docks as the city stirs to the sounds of the drums and cries of street vendors. These everyday scenes by song artists have been brought back to life by digital technology. Along the river during the Qingming Festival, also known as the Qingming Scroll, is a time capsule in which we can view a thriving ancient capital, Bienliang, now modern-day Kaifeng. Nothing matched the buzz of Bienliang's riverside market. By mid-morning, shopfronts yawned open one by one. Couriers dashed through bustling streets. Cartwrights tweaked their movable feasts. Bowls steam with flavors sweet. Fortunes told in riddles neat. Herbs cure with mystic art. Tea house hums, a lively heart. Tavern signs swing proud and tall. Incense costs more than one can haul. Bridgehead crowds shout clear. Treasures here, come gather near. Drinking culture flourished in song times. More than 50% of the storefronts in the ancient Qingming scroll are taverns or eateries. An old saying goes that good wine should be hidden, not in the Song dynasty, which saw the emergence of advertising. Among the many banners, plaques, and signs, what stand out are the red pillars and emerald canopies that taverns would place outside their premises. This signaled a 4-star establishment or higher. Outside would be a sign that read 10,000. That's not a price. It's a reference to poet Cao Zhi's line that a cup of fine wine is worth 10,000 coins. It's an early example of luxury branding. Once inside, patrons would be presented with a drinks menu by the sommelier. The Song government held tight control of alcohol production. Only licensed tavern could brew it while franchise stores could sell it. Each tavern had a signature brew, such as Celestial Nectar. Outside the packed taverns, young men dart through the crowd, trays stacked with food, meal boxes teetering on their heads. These are the takeout drivers of their day, delivering whatever customers order, quick as a flash.
桥上就有很多人像我这样插着手。 其实我们现在很多时候会觉得自己在 APP 上点外卖很厉害，就是很新。实际上这个东西它不就是一个电子锁换嘛？它并不是什么特别新的东西。除了这个就是发信息的这一个东西新了，其他所有的解决方式和宋代几乎是一样的。结果送来之后，这菜一定都还是热的。怎么保持热呢？我们来看到宋代的时候啊，它就有一些温碗，它的碗夹层的，中间可以注水，注上热水。然后呢，保持这个碗的温度。
Takeout was massive in the Song era. Even the emperor enjoyed it. Just outside the imperial palace, Longjin Bridge hummed with food stalls, ready to fulfill any royal orders. One standout street cuisine was xiaorou, a type of barbecue cooking that originated in the 10th century, when Emperor Taizu braved a snowstorm to consult with his advisor Zhao Pu. That day, as they crafted a strategy to unite the empire, they enjoyed sizzling meat and wine. This feast would go down in history as the meal that launched a dynasty. Street food was what really won over the common folk. Vendors were everywhere, their push carts, shoulder poles and baskets packed with skewers, sweets and flatbreads.
为什么它能够用油炸呢？因为宋代的时候呀，菜籽油的生产有了长足的进步。尤其在唐代的时候，可以用的油主要是一些动物油。那油炸菜呢，实际上在唐代的时候，油脂是一个比较富贵的这样的一个食品。但到宋代的时候，随着菜籽油的这个大量的出产，这一类的油炸的菜啊，变成了一个平民的一个食品。
Qian was among the most popular dishes in the Northern Song dynasty. It consisted of meat or vegetable deep-fried on a skewer. Today's tastes are little changed from centuries ago. In this food, we can taste life's true essence. In the ordinary, we can find poetry. Rich or poor, Zhang Ziduan's busy scroll shows every person striving to live well. As 800 drums signaled curfew, Bianliang's gates creaked shut. The night lanterns on Rainbow Bridge flickered to life, while the tavern's festive arches bloomed with gardenia lights. Under starry skies, the city slipped into dark mode. After a hearty dinner, the real revelry unfolded in Golan and Washa, two entertainment districts that offered performances, markets, and taverns. Nothing drew bigger crowds than oral storytelling, especially Shua Hun Hua, the Song era's answer to stand-up comedy. The best performers combined timeless classics with contemporary humor to captivate their audiences.
各位看官，这边瞧，咱这边看。本人说书他一小段，唱得好了，先鼓鼓掌；讲得不好。
Timeless literary classics like Romance of the Three Kingdoms and Journey to the West all began life as oral street performances. Life was lived with gusto, everyday moments glowing with warmth. This street-smart culture didn't just survive, it thrived. And through oral storytelling, those crowd-pleasing tales quietly rewrote China's cultural playbook. From this river on the scroll, arteries branched out to connect cities in a living network. The Grand Canal, China's ancient highway of wealth and culture, became the lifeblood of commercial miracles for millennia to come. Suzhou in the eastern Jiangsu province is home to iconic Chinese water towns. On a 19-meter embroidery frame, the masterpiece Prosperous Suzhou slowly comes to life. Emperor Qianlong visited Suzhou 6 times during his reign in the 1700s. To sate this imperial fascination for the city, Shuyang, a Suzhou native, painted prosperous Suzhou in near photographic detail, preserving the Qing dynasty's golden age in ink. This 12-meter masterpiece might just be China's longest surviving painting.
那么这个滋生是什么意思？我们去查字典的话，实际上就是跟人口的增长它是有关系的。滋生跟繁荣跟繁华之间，它是一个必然的因果关系。因为有了人，才有可能繁华。所以这个家和国在中国人的意思当中是一样的，家要人丁兴旺，国要盛世滋生。
Business sets the stage, and culture steals the spotlight. For 2,500 years, Suzhou's blend of commerce and culture has created something extraordinary. Beside the canal, the floating stage comes alive with beating the flower drum, a crowd favorite from the opera Tale of the Red Plum. On stage, a woman in blue taps her waist drum, while a dandy in pink flutters his fan. A shadow looms before a hero in black jumps in. It's the story of a street-performing couple. When a rich brat picks on them, the quick-witted pair turn the tables, proving that brains beat bullying every time. The crowd goes wild, with everyone from grannies to street vendors elbowing for space. The people at the front hug the stage, while others stand on stools or climb trees. Self-appointed experts happily spoil the plot, narrating every twist to anyone within earshot. In an age before movies or TV, these fantastical stories had audiences spellbound.
戏是中国特有的很重要的娱乐形式，在我们的这张图里面，城里面有戏，城外也有戏。有高档的戏，在堂会里面唱的戏，在庭院里面唱的戏，在我们的园林里面唱的戏。初一、15要赶集，赶集就是节色，节色买东西光消费不行，你还要看场大戏。看这个戏为的是什么？教育你，不是每个人都有那么多的机会去上学、去读书、去知道礼义廉耻的。但是在这个戏里面，在娱乐的过程当中，润物细无声似的教化我们的普通人，所以这个戏它是深入到我们的日常生活当中的不可缺乏的集娱乐和教育于一体的这样子的一种载体。
Opera flourished by the canals, yet nowhere was more famous than Schwescher Street. This historic lane is named after the former residence of Wang Ao, a Ming Dynasty Grand Secretary, celebrated as the greatest scholar of his age. Such heritage made the region a cradle of talent. Under the Divine Scholarship plaque, imperial examinees wrestled with fate, some channeling torrents of inspiration, others paralyzed by blank pages. After 10 winters of ink-stained toil, this day would determine whether they ascend as dragons or remain minnows. Merchants were quick to capitalize on the exam craze. Soon, every product had labels such as Top Scholar Approved, from premium exam guides to curated essay collections. Even street snacks were rebranded to tap into the fervor. The imperial examination system did more than test knowledge. It spawned what may have been the first exam economy. Various trades flourished, but Suzhou's textiles reigned supreme. During the city's golden age, Changmen Gate and Shantang Street were the ultimate showcases of mercantile prowess. Here, silk merchants perfected every sales pitch. Some boasted of exclusive suppliers, others touted complete in-house production, while the cleverest simply winked and mentioned their royal connections. Right here in the painting, by this canal, stands China's biggest silk factory and market. Raw fabric arrived, was dyed and finished, then shipped nationwide as premium Suzhou silk. It controlled over 60% of the national market.
苏州这个区域大量的染坊，这个当中有染黑的坊，有蓝坊，有红坊，有杂色坊，还有我们的漂洗坊、漂染坊。那么这么多的染坊，实际上虽然它用的是植物的染料，但是这个对当地的这个水系还是造成了非常大的这样子的污染。所以在乾隆2年的时候，也就是公元1737年，乐石把禁止染坊变成了我们这个官府的公告。所以在我们的这个环保史上，对于这个水系的保护，它比很多国家都要早。侧面的也反映了我们很早就开始考虑人居、环境、产业这个当中的关系。
A world apart from bustling Changmen Gate, life near Lingyan Mountain followed the old ways. In a courtyard, freshly dried spools of yarn await delivery to the weaving workshop next door. These workshops, common since the 1500s, employed groups of artisans. At the industry's peak, 1 in every 2 people in Suzhou worked in textiles, with the looms humming endlessly. Commerce transformed this ancient farming society. From banking houses to workshops, from merchant guilds to bookshops, they fueled an economic awakening. Beneath it all flowed an endless procession of barges on the Grand Canal, carrying goods between north and south. The peddler's drumbeat echoed through the ages. Commerce began rewriting China's story, from village fairs to metropolitan exchanges, from door-to-door sellers to merchant empires. Under those mirror-still waters, a new current stirred, eroding the divide between ink and coin, and carving out the waterways that would take China to modernity.